Hello, my interweb besties. I know, I get it. You're ready to quit your corporate job, but your side business is not growing fast enough to make the income you need to do it. I've been in the corporate world since I was 16, and it wasn't until a few years ago, your girl's 33, that I was finally able to quit my 9-to-5 and start working for myself full time. It was in 2016 that I started my YouTube channel, and it has grown and changed a lot since then. But even still to this day, my YouTube channel is not making me enough money to do it full time. But I was still able to find a way to quit my corporate job and work for myself. So the first side hustle I want to bring to your attention is freelancing, and specifically for your favorite YouTubers or influencers. So I had been on YouTube for a long time, but just for myself and as like a little side project, and I followed a lot of influencers who talked about growing on YouTube or Instagram, etc. And one of my favorite YouTubers is Katie Steckley. I loved her videos and how she delivered the information, and I watched her videos weekly to learn more about YouTube and Instagram. And one day I was tapping through her stories on Instagram, and she posted that she was hiring. When I first saw it, I was like, well, there's no way I could do this, but I kind of want to give it a shot. And I talked to my husband about it, and we decided that I would submit a portfolio and resume and my YouTube channel. That way I could show my experience. To my surprise, she actually booked an interview with me. I was able to get the job, but at first it was just part-time. So I was actually holding this part-time freelancing job with Katie on top of my full-time 40-hour per week job, on top of having a toddler and so on. And trust me, it was very overwhelming, but I'm so glad I made that decision because Katie was able to offer me full-time hours, and I was finally able to leave my corporate job. Now, I'm still working for somebody, but it is freelancing, and so I am technically self-employed. With freelancing, though there are meetings and deadlines, I'm able to have some flexibility, and I can really work any time of the day I need to, which is so great with building my own YouTube channel as well as being a mom. So freelancing is an amazing option, and it's something you can really get started on immediately if you already have some of these skill sets built up. Influencers are hiring for so many different areas. They might be just looking for an assistant or somebody that offers copywriting help, video editing, graphic designer, accountant, whatever your skill set might be, it might be something that they're hiring for. So my advice is start paying attention. Go to some of your favorite YouTubers or influencers websites and see if they have a careers page or a hiring page. If not, you can of course do manual outreach. I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't usually work out very well. A lot of times you need to wait until somebody is actually stating that they're hiring. Now that side hustle might take some skill building. This next side hustle is something you could probably start doing within the next week or so. And that's sitting. No, I don't mean sitting in your bed or in your chair. I mean, be the local sitter. You could offer house sitting, babysitting, dog sitting, or even plant sitting. This service allows people the freedom to go on vacation or even work and entrust you with some of the things that are most important to them. The cool thing about this service is you can do one of them or all of them. So whatever you are comfortable with, if you're somebody that feels like they could take care of children, maybe you have brothers or sisters or a child yourself, and you feel like you have the confidence to take care of somebody's kid, then check that box. If you are somebody who feels comfortable staying in other people's homes and are able to potentially water their plants indoor and outdoor, maybe feed their animals and take them on walks, then check. You could offer all three of those services. You would be surprised the amount of people in your local area who are looking for somebody that they can trust to take care of their home or their plants or their animals or their children while they are away. The cool thing is if you can find somebody that's looking for help on a daily basis, maybe while they're away at work, then that is a daily income. But if not, it's a service that you could offer and book ahead of time. So a lot of dog sitters I've known in the past will actually be booked up all throughout the summer, and even though it's different people that they are working for, they're still getting weekly pay because people are going on vacation a lot throughout the summer season and their calendars book up really fast. And the same would go for plant sitting. I know sitting is something something that everybody's pretty familiar with, and it is something that has to force you out of your comfort zone a little bit. There's a lot of interacting with other people, and of course their home, their pets, etc. But if you are trying to figure out a way to get out of the corporate job you're in so that you can start building your business, this could be a way to make some extra cash in the meantime. This next side hustle is something that I have talked about a lot on this channel. It's something I'm super passionate about, and I really feel like it's an amazing way to make an extra income, all digitally. So if you're not really comfortable with seeing and interacting with people, dogs, houses, plants, then this one might be for you. So let's chat about it. For this next one, we're gonna be talking about starting an Etsy shop. I have talked about this multiple times on my channel. I've even done some in-depth videos about starting an Etsy shop and various different things you can sell in your Etsy shop. But I truly think this is one of the best things that you can do on the side, especially while you're still working at your corporate job, or if you're just trying to make a little extra income on top of another business venture that you have. With an Etsy shop, it is something you have to start, grow, and build. It's not always gonna make you instantaneous money, but if you do put in a lot of upfront effort, it is something that can provide you additional income even a couple months down the road. And I do have my own personal experience with this, which I'm gonna share with you right now while making iced coffee. And if you like iced coffee, you need to check this thing out. I got it on Amazon. If I remember, I'll link it in the description, but this thing's amazing. So I started my Etsy shop in August of 2020, and I had no idea what I was doing. I heard somebody talking about selling art printables on Etsy from a YouTube video, and I was like, you know what, this is something I want to give a try. I thought, I'm not an artist, I'm not a designer, but I knew I could come up with some creative art prints. So with really no experience whatsoever and not really doing as much research as I probably should have, I opened up an Etsy shop. I started creating art printables and started listing them with zero luck. Like, my Etsy shop was a complete flop. I wasn't selling anything. It was pretty bad. And then I decided to start taking it more seriously. So I started really thinking about strategy and working really hard on my listing images and descriptions and everything like that. And if you want a whole video about my strategies and everything I did different to make a change in the shop, I will have that video linked below for you. I don't want to repeat all of that in this video, but pretty much after making some change, I started seeing some sales in my shop. And I think it was in September, so just a month later, I saw my first big sale, which was like $350, all from just one art printable. So I really started leaning into that strategy. And then within just a few months, I made a little over $1,000. And really just on that one art printable. I pretty much created one design that was performing really well. So then I started duplicating that same design, but changing the colors and also creating bundles. And sure enough, people really liked it. And that one art printable is what made me over $1,000. I had to unfortunately shut my shop down because that's when I got my freelancing job that I have now. And I just didn't have the time to balance it all. But I highly recommend starting some sort of digital product shop on Etsy if you're wanting to potentially build a second income without a lot of upfront investment. There's other types of Etsy shops that you can create as well. You could also do the print on demand method. You create a design and you go through a company like Printify, and you can actually place your design on various products like sweatshirts, t-shirts, coffee mugs, you name it. And then you can set that up in your Etsy shop. And then when somebody makes a purchase on your Etsy shop for one of these printed items, you actually don't really have to do anything. Printify will print and ship the item to your customer. And then if the customer has questions, of course, you'll be available for the customer service aspect, but otherwise you don't really actually have to do much. And you just get to watch these really cool items that you created get printed and shipped to your customers. So that's an option as well. If you want me to go deeper into print on demand, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. I'm gonna sip on my coffee. I'm gonna give you one more side hustle that you could probably start today. Oh my gosh, that's really good. What? I'm sure a lot of you have already thought about this, but something that you could be doing to make a little extra cash is delivering groceries and food through various different platforms like Instacart, Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, etc. I actually have a bestie, Taylor, who I work with. She delivers through Uber Eats sometimes for some quick cash. I actually just sent her a quick message seeing if she would like to provide you guys some insight on her experience with Uber Eats.
Hi, my name is Taylor. I'm a full-time social media freelancer freelancer, but sometimes I do Uber Eats as a bit of a side hustle, and I've been doing it on and off since August of 2021. When I'm driving with Uber Eats, I can make anywhere from $200 to $700 extra per week just doing it on evenings and weekends and during busy driving points. But keep in mind, I am Canadian, so those prices are listed in Canadian dollars and not US dollars. So the pros of driving with Uber Eats is that you get to drive on your own time. You don't have a specific schedule or days or times that you have to drive. You can drive whenever you want and stop whenever you want. You also get paid weekly from Uber Eats, so it's really great, especially if you need money in a pinch. And the third pro is that you get discounts on Uber Eats orders, so it works out really great because the more that you are driving with the platform or the app, the bigger of a discount you get with your own Uber Eats orders when you use the app personally.
I also did some additional digging and found through Glassdoor.com that Instacart, as far as delivery, is one of the higher paying jobs that you can do with an average of $30 per hour, which in my opinion, that's a lot more work. You're actually having to go into a store and do somebody's shopping, whether that be groceries or other items. Also through Glassdoor.com, they were saying that Grubhub delivery drivers make around $15 per hour. Per another resource, ZipRecruiter.com, delivery drivers through Uber Eats can make approximately $20 an hour. And DoorDash drivers report earning approximately $23 per hour. But keep in mind that these hourly rates are based on a lot of different things, including the area you live, the number of tips a driver received, and if they were delivering during peak hours, because if they're delivering, say, on a Monday afternoon, they're probably not getting as many orders as if they were delivering on a Saturday evening. Something else you really have to think about with this type of job is the additional expenses that come out of your pocket, including taxes, which if you are curious how much tax you would need to put aside if you were doing this type of job, I recommend contacting a local tax expert or CPA in your area, which stands for Certified Public Accountant, and that way you can figure out exactly how much you would need to put aside for taxes. In addition to that, you need to think of car maintenance and gas as well. But if you're needing some quick cash, this is an amazing place to start. I'm a big fan of Catherine Manning on YouTube. She is one of my favorite YouTubers, and if you really go far back in her channel or watch some of her videos talking about her path to where she is now, she talks about how when she first left her corporate job, she took on a lot of freelancing clients as well as delivered for Grubhub. And all of this was while working on her YouTube channel. So she was doing freelancing in Grubhub to make ends meet while she was focusing on her YouTube channel. And once her YouTube channel started finding a little success, she stopped delivering for Grubhub. And then once her YouTube channel found even more success, that's when she eventually left freelancing. This is actually a great way to just sum up the entire point of this video. Myself, Catherine Manning, and a lot of other people out there that are doing their own thing, owning their own businesses, didn't just go from one to the other. They found stepping stones to get there, and these 4 side hustles are meant to be essentially a stepping stone so that you can leave your corporate job a little bit faster, make some money while you're building your business, and the end goal will be to run your own business without needing to lean on these other side hustles. Let me know in the comments if you decide to try out any of these side hustles and how they work out for you, or if you have any other ideas or recommendations and you want me to feature it in a future video, put it in the comments below and I'll make sure to shout you out in that video. If you want to learn more about selling art printables like we talked about earlier, check out this video here. Or if you just want some other digital product ideas, I will put a video here for you. Thank you for watching. Bye, besties.